Tonight, from Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Seattle Seahawks.
Well, we knew snow was a possibility for this game, and the weather was happy to oblige with a nice layer of white over Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium, and we got more snow on the way. Welcome again, one and all. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Brandon Gaudin on hand alongside Charles Davis. And yes, the storyline here, the weather. Snow and more of it expected as this game continues. So how will that impact how this one goes?
Can these teams ignore the distraction and the strangeness of playing in a snow game, because it actually affects the crowd as well? That big roar you get is often muffled when there's a snow game. And the second part, what's the footwear you got on? Does that fit the turf you're playing on? And how will it handle as things get a little bit slick?
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Rodgers going to come out throwing. Steps away. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
This guy's proven himself to be one of the best in the NFL. He brings an added dimension to their offense with his ability to read defenses and know when he's able to pull it down and take off and go.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10. Down at the 33. Throwing is Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
Well, I don't want to be a jinx partner and put the whammy on him, but I think we could be looking at all-time damn the ground with the way that he's going. Only a few quarterbacks in this league are capable of a 100-yard game, and he's halfway there just in the first quarter. This is a record-setting pace. Hopefully, he can keep it up, and we can have fun watching it.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. Now it's Rodgers. Steps away to his left. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Warren. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Rodgers going to throw. On the move to his left. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
Kudos for the defense from me on that one, because they were prepared the whole way for him to try to escape and hit them for more yardage running it. I like the way they stayed zeroed in on him and kept him contained when he pulled the ball down. I think he was fortunate.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Aaron Rodgers. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Solid finish to the opening drive. And look, when you get down around the goal line, you have to account for his legs. We saw it right there.
Yeah, that's the added dimension to the offense, isn't it? Remember what the offensive line coach told us earlier this week? I told my guys, he's going to run it. We have to make sure he stays protected and give him an opportunity.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
I still remember back in 2013 when he was drafted out of West Virginia. He was coming off of back-to-back 4,000-yard seasons for the Mountaineers. Hadn't seen as much game time in recent years, but at one point, a capable starter in the NFL.
Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now Geno. And right away, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they will set up shop with outstanding field position in the red zone at the 17-yard line. A defensive-minded coach loves to bring the heat, brought the heat there, and it worked out.
And nowadays, all those defensive-minded coaches, for them, it's all about getting the football. I went into one facility, and as soon as you walked into the defensive room, there was a football, like on a spring, and each guy that walks in that plays has to act like he's knocking the ball free. They want those instincts created. They want them to think about that all the time, and that's what they try to preach.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Rodgers. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Warren. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
Oh, yeah, and here we go again.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. Dancing to his left. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And the Steelers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
But they've certainly not shied away from throwing the footballs. They've leaned on their quarterback to start this game. 4 straight passes right out of the gate, with that last one earning them a new set of downs.
To throw is Rodgers. Rolling to his left. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got?
To throw, it's Rodgers.
Give me some.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. Out to his left. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their 2nd drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10.
Check. Check. 55 to Mike. coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Whoa!
First carry here for Ken Walker. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. Defensively, they were in the 3-4. Solid run up the middle. What made it successful?
Well, what you have to do is control the nose guard, but sometimes you don't do it by blocking him. You do it by influencing him. Get him moving to one side or the other and hit him back on the opposite.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I got you. I got you. Mike 55.
Here's Smith. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Can we get some forensics done here? Because I need to figure out.
What on that ball?
Yeah, on the ball, on the guys carrying the ball. What's going on? Back-to-back drives, back-to-back fumbles. That just doesn't make a whole lot of sense if you're coming out here to play in the NFL.
I don't think the coaching staff thinks it makes a whole lot of sense either.
No, maybe there'll be changes, but if nothing else, there will be a few stern talking tos, that's for sure.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, Rodgers. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that will bring up 2nd down.
All day, just like that. Just like that.
Now Rodgers. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Hey, alert 48. Alert. Hey, we're going to mic the 48 right now. Let's go. You ain't going nowhere. Mike 48. Mike 48. Exit. Exit.
Here's Rodgers. Steps away. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Aaron Rodgers with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Steelers are able to add on to that lead. And maybe the defense got so caught up in him throwing the football, they forgot he can take off too.
And you often hear about the quarterback being the unaccounted for guy as a runner. Well, even on a passing play, he's unaccounted for as a runner, and he turned it into a nice gain.
A very nice run, and it turns into 6 points. You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And that makes our score 17-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And job 1 here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he'll be brought down around the 7-yard line.
We're going to shut you down. We're going to shut you down.
And now 3 drives, 3 fumbles.
What's amazing about it is when we go around and watch practices, how many times do we see them put that sleeve over a football now to make it more slippery and hard to handle? It's almost like they're playing with that sleeve on the ball right now. Was that 3 drives?
Yep.
3 fumbles?
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack. So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
48.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It'll be a gain of 9, and that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Geno now to throw. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And it's picked up by and he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. Charles, they are putting on a show right now. I mean, with that fumble return for the touchdown, you think about the size of this advantage. Heck, it's a 4-score game right now, and we're still in the first half.
And that has to be the highlight, Brandon, with how infrequently we see fumbles return to the house. But if you aren't inclined to pick this as the game signature play so far, you do have no shortage of alternatives to select from. This has been nothing short of a clinic. And as noted, we still have a half a ball to play.
Boswell good with the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Seattle now ready to march onto the field. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense. I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Throwing now is Geno. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And a costly turnover there as the ball will be spotted 1st and goal at the 5-yard line. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. Following the fumble recovery, Rodgers. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Derek Hall in there that time to get him to the turf. So 1st down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. On the move to his left. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Throwing now is Rodgers. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Aaron Rodgers On his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Steelers are able to add on to their first-half lead. They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns 3rd and goal into a touchdown. Boswell for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. On 2nd and 10, Smith. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Well, after incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. T.J. Watt, make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. The back deep for the Steelers is Calvin Austin. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And a lemon of a kick there. This is going to be spotted down right on the 30-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well. And he's been right.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Rodgers to throw. Rolling to his left. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
It's really something special when we see a quarterback top 100 yards in one half of football. And if he keeps up this pace in the second half, the NFL record for single game rushing by a QB is certainly in sight.
Mike 48, Mike 48. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball right here.
Snap comes at 1. Buying time to his left. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Aaron Rodgers on his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Steelers would extend their lead here just before halftime. And that rushing touchdown, his fourth, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we reach halftime here in the Steel City with the Steelers on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Back to you guys in a bit. But first, we welcome everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. We got an excellent first half from the former MVP, Aaron Rodgers. He absolutely could not be stopped on the ground. It seemed like every time he held onto the ball, he wound up in the end zone. Just an electrifying first half.
This snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the second half. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Seahawk offense set to go to begin this third quarter. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely, but you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Being chased out left. And Smith able to move the chains before sliding down. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
Has not been a big game for him throwing the football. I think he feels like, let's try something different. Let's use the legs here and see if we can make some plays.
And no passing touchdowns, yardage not where he would like it. Try something new. It worked there. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Smith. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game and the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10.
Mike 55, Mike 55.
Now back to throw. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Now 3rd down and 7.
Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know. Mike, 55. Check 55.
Now Smith.
Watch the pass. Watch the
Looking
pass.
right side, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it, and the Steelers are going to have it here just past the 25.
Well, I think everyone who's watching was certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half. This carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, partner.
Move 58. Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys. Our time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. He'll get this complete to Calvin Austin. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third-quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion. Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Now Rodgers steps away to his left. Able to push his way through. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him the first.
And this is a rarity in the NFL, a 100-yard game on the ground for a quarterback. Even as those passers get more athletic and mobile, we only see about 5 of these a season. It takes a special set of circumstances for it to happen, and of course, a special player.
Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on 1st down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
And he'll go down at the 28. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop, but when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
First carry for Najee Harris. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
58. Jab. 13. Mike 13.
They run again with Harris. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
58. Let's go. Double tight. Hey, 4 down. 48. 48's Mike. 48.
Harris running straight ahead. Down at the 2. Broke through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line.
Got him. Mike 13.
On 3rd down, here's Harris. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
He's coming. Check him. They're not ready for this, man.
Harris is into the end zone for a Steeler touchdown.
Go. Run.
Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Extra point now by Boswell. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told.
And it was Najee Harris who finished it off with a touchdown run.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Seahawks.
I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone in that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
Check, 55 to mine.
Here's Walker to start the drive.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. To throw is Smith.
A quick throw there is incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Smith now to throw.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen.
And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Well, this game was already decided, Charles, let's be honest. But now another feather in the cap of this defense as they pick him off for the 2nd time.
You're right about that. Things have been going pretty well for them, to put it mildly. But they're still out there hunting for big plays and get another one right there.
Here we go. We got double tight. Double tight.
On first down, Rodgers escapes the sack.
This one finds Austin out right.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule.
Second and 6.
Rodgers now to throw. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Jaron Reed,
his 2nd sack of the night. That time, finally, a measure of revenge as they get him down behind the line.
It almost felt like relief, didn't it? Because with the success he's had throughout this game, you'd almost expect him to get free and pick up 10 to 15 every time he takes off. Not in that case. That has to feel good for the defense.
Third and 8.
Hey, pick your game up. Double tight, guys, double tight.
looking to throw. Rodgers.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down. Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. But he wasn't really big on that. He was big on going ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Geno Smith getting ready to go again here on offense. Bottom line, he's got to figure things out. He's completed 3 passes, but 2 of them have been to the wrong team so far.
And when we talk about the best quarterbacks, we're usually talking about touchdown to interception ratio, aren't we? And 2-to-1 is acceptable, but the top line guys, 3-to-1 or better is what they're looking for. Now we're talking about interceptions versus completions. That's not a ratio should ever be in any discussion.
Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Smith. Dancing to his left. No, it's out. Smith lost it. But I believe a Seahawk was able to get a handle on this, so this will remain Seattle ball.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Smith. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
But call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down.
Watch the left. Let's make these babies cry.
Now Smith.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Patrick Queen inside the 10.
And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL, you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Seahawks again now ready to take over on offense.
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Mike 6. Too little, cupcake. Mike 6. Mike 6.
Now Gino on first down. And his throw here's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Mike 50.
They'll set up to throw.
Outright to Smith and Jigba.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Throwing is Smith. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted.
Picked off by Cole Holcomb.
And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Rodgers looking to throw. He finds Austin complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
Well, partner, nothing but praise from me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. And let's face it, this has been a master class in offensive football that we've been here to witness.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Back to throw. Rodgers. This is caught. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all 3 phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep, and boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review. Extra point put through by Boswell. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field.
But we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some...
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Picked off by Patrick Queen.
And this one will be brought back to the 22.
Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And, Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking them off.
Yeah, sometimes the best offense is an excellent defense, and they've done exactly that. What do you think, partner? A season's worth of highlights in just 4 quarters? I think that's what we're seeing from this group.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Rodgers throwing here. Forced out to his left. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
At this point, this offense feels like they could just roll out anything, and it would work. They are certainly in no hurry for this one to end. Now when they can rack up some stats and continue to add to their lead.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
But Charles, are still airing it out at this point despite that huge lead. And some people may be saying, well, why are they throwing the football? These guys, I guess, are just padding their stats at this point.
Yeah, there are a lot of big...
And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points.
For the winning team here, Charles, that's about as big and clean of a win as you could hope for in the National Football League. No turnovers. Meanwhile, you forced turnovers. You didn't allow any points, and you put up a bunch of points. What an effort.
And, Brandon, I just have to ask you, that's all the stuff that we saw happen today. Those are statistics, numbers, the whole deal. But my question is, how does one team come ready to play and the other one, obviously, not ready at all?
Boy, I mean, I obviously don't have an answer to that, but that was the story from the get-go. One side was awake and ready, and the other just seemed asleep.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com.
The Steelers earn the win at home as we say so long from Pittsburgh.